Hello friends, this is Parsarthi Virda and welcome to Quality Excellence Hub YouTube channel. If you have still not subscribed to my channel, then do subscribe. You can click on the bell icon so that you will receive notifications of all my future video uploads. You can share the link of my channel and videos to your groups and friends so that they will also get advantage to join our family and enhance their knowledge. Today we are going to discuss on what is rework and what is repair. That will be with respect to ISO definition and the reference given in IATF 16949 standard. And we will see the difference between rework and repair also. So whenever we do any inspection, what will be the outcome of inspection? It will be either a conforming product or a non-conforming product. If a product is conforming, then we will ship that product to the customer, and if it is non-conforming, then we will hold the product. We will not ship to the customer. And now let us understand the types of non-conforming products or outputs. In non-conforming output, there may be of three types. One is where we can do some rework. Second is where we can do some repair. And the third one is it is not usable and we have to reject it. So almost we all know what is reject. So today we will focus on rework and repair. Reject is a part which cannot be used. We have to either scrap it. So today we will focus on rework and repair. Now as per ISO 9000, the definition of rework is action on a non-conforming product or service to make it to conform to the requirements. So any action or activity which we perform on the non-conforming product or service to make it conforming to the requirement or drawing or specification or standard, that activity or action is termed as rework. And as far as repair is concerned, action on a non-conforming product or service to make it acceptable for the intended use. Here, any activity or action carried out on a non-conforming product or service to make it usable. Here, it may not be conforming to the requirements or standard. So this is the difference between rework and repair. And as far as repair is concerned, there is a note given is a successful repair of a non-conforming product or service does not necessarily make the product or service conform to the requirements. It can be that in conjunction with a repair, a concession is required. Means here it will not be conforming to the customer requirements, and here you have to apply for concession or deviation, and if it is approved, then you can repair the part. Now there is some reference given in IATF 16949 standard. In clause 8.7.1.4, control of reworked product. So here the organization shall utilize risk analysis such as FMEA, risk analysis methodology such as FMEA to assess risk in the rework process prior to a decision to rework the product. So what does this clause says? That we have to assess whether any risk is present in the rework process or not, and that should be done prior to rework of the product. In the similar manner, as far as repair is concerned, clause 8.7.1.5 also says the same, that we have to assess the risk prior to repair the product. Whatever risk is present in the repair process, we have to assess that risk. So this is the reference of rework and repair given in the IATF 16949 standard, which is an automotive standard. Now to understand better, let us have some examples. First let us have an example of rework. Now this is a product where customer requirement of outer diameter is 50 plus or minus 0.2 mm. So the outer diameter should be within 49.80 to 50.20 mm. And what we observed in one part is that it is oversize, means there is some excess material, and the observed dimension is 51.20 mm. So the diameter is oversize. You can see here, as there is some excess material, there is a chance of removal of this material, and we can make it as per the customer requirement. So as there is excess material, it can be remachined or returned to achieve required dimension. So what we'll do is, we will return it, and after turning we observe that dimension is 50.10, which is within our customer requirement. So here you can see that after this activity, the product is as per the customer requirement, and it is now confirming product. So here, after this activity, this product is confirming to the requirement of customer. So this activity is termed as rework, because after that activity, previously it was a non-conforming product, and after this activity, now this product is conforming to the requirement of customer, and that product is now confirming. So this activity or action is termed as rework. Now let us take an example of repair. You can see here in the similar example, this is what is the required diameter, 49.80 to 50.20, and when we checked one part, we observed that this dimension is less than the required dimension, and it is undersize, and the dimension is 49.60, and minimum requirement is 49.80. It means this dimension is undersize and this part is undersize. We have removed extra material out of this diameter. So now no material we have to remove and cannot achieve required dimension. So what we need to do is, we need to approach customer for deviation. If customer approves deviation, if we give them an option to weld on the part and again remachine it and make it the dimension of 49.80, if we give this option to the customer and if we accept it, then we can do this activity of welding as well as again returning it. And after this, as the product is not as per the requirement, because welding is not permitted, with the special permission of welding you have carried out this activity. So here product is not as per the requirement, but it will be good for intended use. Customer will be able to use it. So in this case, this activity is termed as repair activity. Now let us have some more examples of rework and repair to understand better. Now there is a plate, rectangular plate, you can see this, and we want 3 holes of 24 plus or minus 0.2 mm diameter, which is required. So these are 3 holes, and when we checked one plate, we found that drill holes are undersized, so this diameter is less than required. So here we can rework it, we can again re-drill it to the required dimension because it is undersized and we have some excess material to remove. So after re-drilling, if we find the dimension within this tolerance, then that part will be conforming to the customer requirement, and that activity will be termed as rework activity. And we checked one more plate and we found that drill holes are oversized. These holes are oversized, means we have removed more material and we cannot do anything into this 3 holes. So in that case, we have to ask customer for deviation, and if it permits to block this hole and punch new holes, then we can go ahead and we can carry out that activity. So what we can have some option to plug this hole, and then we can have a fresh hole here to confirm the requirements. So this activity, this is not a confirming part, as we have blocked these holes and we have drilled fresh holes. So this activity, if customer approves the deviation, then this activity will be termed as repair activity, and this is not a confirming part. So that is the reason why we considered that as repair activity. So I think now the difference might be very clear to you. Now let us have some one generic example of rework and repair. In the morning, if you want to go to the office and you find that your two-wheeler tire is flat, you go to the puncture shop and you tell the shop owner to check what is the problem. And if the puncture owner checks and if he will not find any puncture in that, he will refill the air, and then that activity will be termed as rework activity, because he has not carried out anything into that, and again your tire tube is as per the requirement. But if there is a puncture, if there is an air leakage and a puncture, if he repairs that, means if with the help of adhesive and a rubber blank, if he sticks that and then he refills the air, so that activity will be termed as a repair activity, because now the product, means the tube, is not as per the customer requirement. It is not what it was earlier. So that activity will be termed as a repair activity. So now with this generic example, I think the difference might be very clear to you. Now let us understand the types and actions of non-conforming output. As we have seen rework, so if we carry out rework activity on the non-conforming output, then the product will be conforming product and we will be able to ship that product to the customer. And if we carry out any repair activity, then for that we need customer deviation. We have to apply for the customer deviation. If that approves, then we can carry out repair activity, and then it will be good for intended use. So in this case also we can ship it to the customer, but with deviation or concession. And the third category, if we cannot rework, if we cannot repair the part, and if customer not accept the deviation, that part will be rejected and we have to scrap that part. So these are the types and actions of non-conforming output. Now let us understand difference, summarize in a summarized manner between rework and repair. In rework, 100% conform to requirements is there. After carrying out rework activity, it will be 100% conforming to the requirement. And in repair, it will be good for intended use. It will be acceptable but not 100% conforming to the requirement. The second is customer approval not required. Here, if you carry out rework, customer approval is not required. In some exceptional cases, if customer specifies, then we have to inform them for rework. Here customer approval is must. You have to first of all you have to take the approval deviation from the customer, and then only you can carry out repair activity. Documented approval not required from customer. There may be some exception. Here documented approval required from customer. This is must. Here rework activity is low risk activity, because after that activity it meets to the customer requirements. And this one is high risk activity. Repairing is high risk activity, and there are chances of warranty claims or field failures after we supply it to the customer and it goes to the field. So this is the major difference between rework and repair. Now there are some common requirements for rework and repair. Documented information is mandatory for how to carry out rework or repair. Work instruction required along with re-inspection and traceability. Risk assessment of that particular defect to include in FMEA, means risk assessment is necessary. Documented information for disposition including quantity, disposition and date of disposition is required. So these are the common requirements for rework and repair. So friends, I hope you have better understood the difference between rework and repair. If you want to know the difference between some other typical words, then you can mention that in the comment box below. And if you like this video, then you can share this video to your friends and groups, so that they will also get advantage to join our family and enhance their knowledge. And if you have any doubt, you can write in the comment box. Thank you.